They applied to ASPR for a grant to study emergency preparedness amongst the urgent care community in New York City within the 5 boroughs. And so when they got this, that's when they approached us and said, we did this with you in mind. Would NERUCA be interested in collaborating with us on this? And the answer is most definitely yes, because we realize the importance of public health in the aspects of our response to the pandemic, but also we didn't have a seat at the table. And how do I put it? When we were clamoring for PPE, for resources for testing, for vaccines and other stuff, we were approaching public health for the first time on a lot of these things, and to sit down, hey, include us. And they hadn't included us in their long-term planning before. And so now having a seat at the table, having part of planning and moving forward was huge. So yes, we NERUCA met as a group, and we essentially, I don't want to say jumped to the opportunity, but I thought it was just a great opportunity for all of us to work together for a common goal. This project, essentially, it's an agreement with them. I'm going to say a contract for lack of a better term, to fulfill this project. So we've actually hired a researcher that will undertake these surveys, and the whole project is to survey a majority of the urgent cares in New York, and there's I'm going to say approximately 300 urgent cares within the 5 boroughs. The first stage of this, and that's what the grant was for, and this is over the next now 10 months or 9 months, because all this is due by next June. So we'll run a survey, and then we'll gather that data and do a small white paper presenting the data that we found on what is the current state of emergency preparedness amongst urgent cares. But it also, as part of this and part of our participation in it, we've been invited to have a seat at the New York City Healthcare Coalition. Urgent care has not had a seat at that table. Now we are being invited in as part of the Healthcare Coalition in New York, which does a lot of planning, does tabletop exercises on emergency preparedness, other things of how do you plan for the next pandemic, the next emergency, there are things going on. So just like our discussions with, on the federal level with ASPR, having those discussions on a level of the size of New York City and having a seat at that table is huge for our community, for urgent care. We see great opportunity in that. Yeah, so the NERUCA conference, which the conference theme is back to basics, but Dr. Mary Foote will be the keynote speaker there on Monday, November 7th. The conference is a 2-day conference, November 7th and 8th. So once again, we'd love to have participation. All UCA members are invited, but especially it's in Springfield, Massachusetts, nice, easy access. Air, rail, driving, it's basically 4 hours from anywhere in the Northeast, and I'm kind of on the furthest end of the NERUCA catchment area, and it's about 4 hours from me. I'll be there, and we're looking forward to a great opportunity for networking in the fall season, networking and education, and then again the UCA conference in the spring will be. We're all looking forward to that too.